Hey, I'm Alice, the Workshop and Community Outreach Manager at the Edinburgh Tool Library. Today we're going to be making a planter out of some old pallet wood. We'll have a tool list as well as the dimensions for all the cuts you'll need for this piece below. This example will be using a driver and a drill, but you should be able to use a nail and hammer as well. This is a design that you can scale up or scale down, and the outcome will be something that you could put on your windowsill. All right, so for our pieces, we'll need 2 for the bottom, 2 for one side, 2 for the other side, and then 2 sets of 2 for these sides. We'll also need these posts that will be going on the inside to make it easier to put our wood together, as well as 2 little feet to raise it up. You're gonna take your 2 bottom pieces, you're gonna make sure they're lined up. So for the feet, we have these 2 little pieces here. You wanna line them up, use your drill to get some pilot holes. And then use your screws to fasten the 2 bits of wood together. So we're gonna do a similar method with the sides. And for these ones, which are the posts that are gonna hold them together on the inside, you need to make sure that you leave enough of a space for your side piece. You can do a measurement, but I think it's better to actually put the piece on there and see where it needs to be. You wanna make sure that these pieces, these struts in here, are all flush with one side. So it can be the top or the bottom, but make sure it's the same on each side. So now that we have those sides done, we can start to get a feel for what our box will look like. So these will be on the sides here. Our side pieces will come up in here. So what we need to do is fasten these pieces onto these. So we're gonna start with just the sides, leaving the bottom there, and we'll come back to that. Again, it's okay if things aren't flush on the top. We wanna make sure that everything is flush on the bottom. All right, now that I have these 3 sides, I can put the other side on here to complete our frame. I want to be making sure that this side is all as flush as possible so that it doesn't have too much of a wobble. Again, we're going to come in from the side, so we want to make sure we're not hitting any nails that are in there as we come in. Now that we have our frame, we'll be able to attach them to the bottom. You can have a full bottom like this and put drainage holes in, or if you want to, you can just put a slat through here, and that's fine depending on the kind of plant that you're putting. So I'm gonna take my bottom here, I'm gonna sit it on the bottom there, lining it up. I'm gonna put, starting with 2 screws on this side and 2 screws on this side, and then add maybe 2 here. All right, now that you have those pieces connected, you have your planter. Making this planter was inspired by a project that the Edinburgh Tool Library is doing with the Leith community growers with support from Edible Estates. So Patrick, who's one of the Leith community growers, is going to join us and show us a little bit about how to set up your garden within your new planter.
Hello, my name is Patrick and I'm the community gardener for Leith Community Growers. I'll give you a quick introduction on how to set up your planter. Alice has very kindly put in some drainage holes, and what you'll need is a liner and some soil or compost. So the liner, I got a Hessian sack here. It's from a local coffee shop. You might have an old compost bag or some plastic lining with some holes in, and that will protect the wood a little bit, and also means it can be a bit more easily removed if you need to change it all at some point in the future. Put in your soil and compost. We recommend peat-free compost. It's much better for the environment. A window box, this size, you might want to put 2 or 3 plants in, and then some herbs and seeds around. You might just want the herbs in, and that would be enough. Or you might be feeling very adventurous and put some bulbs in and put some seeds in and put some plants in, and just let everything flourish as best they can in the environment they've been given. Put lots of things in, fill it with life and abundance, and you'll be attracting insects and hopefully eating fruit and taking herbs, and have a really interesting small garden with whatever space that you have.
Our goal is to build 100 planters by June 21st, and we really hope that you'll make a planter at home, come to one of our workshops, or find a way to join into the movement.